Hello guys, welcome back to my channel of Recenter Building a Happy Home Together. Yes. How you guys doing? I hope you're all doing fine. Yes, I'm looking like your church girl this morning with a head high. Yeah, this is just how I feel like looking this morning, okay? So I hope you love it anyway. So guys, today's video I'm going to be talking about my COVID vaccine experience. Yes, like I've got vaccinated and I've gotten the 2 dose complete. Like I've taken the 2 dose and the reaction I felt, what the things maybe you should watch out for, and how it all went generally. So I'll brief you guys, okay? Because I feel it is my duty to come tell you that I finally go for the COVID vaccine, because I know beginning when the whole um when the whole COVID story started, I was really not, I didn't find it interesting, not even up to now that I find it interesting though. So that's just the truth. I must be sincere with you. um I've never really been so interested or find it interesting or something to I don't know, but I don't feel comfortable with it, okay? Then what to do when the laws come, you have to obey the laws, especially if you now discover maybe it's not harmful to you. Yes, of course, we all have right to disagree if the laws are not helpful to us, that they are harmful to our soul, they are harmful to our lives, okay? Even God will back you up, because it is something that is you trying to conquer death and destruction of your own life. So guys, let's go into that video. I know you guys are waiting like to hear it, because I know I was really not in support of even the mask at the beginning, which for me, if you still ask me now, I'm not in support of that mask thing, okay? I'm not in support of it. If you ask me for my sincere take on it, I am not in support of it. And the vaccine as well, I have reasons why I was not so not like supportive of the vaccine as well, because if you know what, in as much as vaccine has helped a lot or helped some people, it has also destroyed a whole lot of people as well, because at the end of the day, when it comes to medical things, it's not everyone that has that's how do I put it, like it's not everyone that has that strong system, okay, to take some things, it's not everybody. Some people has this low system or this weak system to take something that are tough, okay, why others have uh, a stronger system that even before things can really get to them, it is hard, okay? So that is what I think. And so because of that, I don't know if they have any ways, maybe they can first test people, which I know, I believe they have as well, to know that if this person is if the system of this person will accept this thing in a good will, or it will affect this person negatively. Yes, because why I said so, because I've seen people that they are disabled as a result of the vaccine they took. In short, there was one big sister in my place. She is disabled today because of the, I think it was those polio vaccine then. She took her own, but instead of her own doing the job of, that it was supposed to do normal as a polio vaccine, it ended up disfiguring her. So she does not, she can't stand straight. She has, then she's only used to one leg. The other leg was totally disabled. She has remained like that till date. You understand? And everybody was aware that that polio vaccine did what happened to her. Okay. Then of course my own personal experience with vaccine, I even up to now, I still do not believe that a vaccine should be for everybody, or that, I mean, okay, that's my take though. Because when my son took his third vaccine, which is the last one, maybe before we take the other one, according to them, when in 6 years, then maybe 18, and on, so on and so forth. I remember the experience I had being a first time mom, and someone who is totally ignorant of those aspects of, in short, if it is something really, yes, I can do, I would never take my son or myself to be vaccinated again. But you see, sometimes they just put these things, they tell you, hey, it is not by force, it is not by force, it is not by force. But at the end of the day, they end up making it so compulsory that they are indirectly forcing you to take it. You understand? They are indirectly forcing you to take it, that it is the law. Okay, because I think he right now in this country right now, maybe I don't know if it's just our city here, um they are not going to be very soon, maybe they have already started. If your son or your child is not vaccinated, they will not accept them in schools. Okay. So tell me, you wouldn't want your child not to go to school, you want your child to go to school, so you have to do that. So his own experience, when he took that vaccine, I for me, I felt it would be like the other first two. But getting home, my son could not sit, he could not walk. He cried in short. My son cried throughout that day. He was crying, he cried. And I have to put him on the back all throughout that day as well. I had engagement to carry it out, but I could not even carry it out because my son was not okay. And that period as well, my husband was in a hospital. My husband was hospitalized, so I was all alone. Man, I didn't know until in the evening my son could not stand. He was very hard for him to stand. He could not stand. He could not do anything. He was just crying. He refused to eat. I gave him tacopirina, which is like a kind of children paracetamol. It was as if nothing. The child really felt it. It was so hard on him. I was nervous as a mom. I was really nervous. I was like, oh God, what am I going to do? My son is like this. My husband is in the hospital. I was really nervous. But being that tired, by the grace of God, I don't know, but God has always been so kind to me. I happen to be this kind person. Maybe sometimes things don't easily weigh me down. Even if I'm worried, I'm concerned about the things. You don't see me just being nervous like everybody will begin to notice. No, I just try to be in control of it. So I was really worried deep down inside of me. I could not. I didn't even try to tell my husband that this is what was going on, because I didn't want to add to what it was. Just he's there. He's not happy that he's there, and I'll come and add that our son. Oh my God! So I just kept it. I'll just hope everything will pass. Hmm. My dear friends, family. By the time it was money, come and see my son's leg. It was swell. It was so heavy. The poor boy could not even move that leg. He was just crying, Mama, Mama, Mama. Hey God, I cried. I said, Jesus, what is going on? Is it that you can't walk or what? Because he was already walking, running. But now, oh, I cried. I said, God, oh, what am I going to do? So that morning, I remember I called my husband. I said, Only, look what is happening. I didn't want to tell you, but this child has been behaving like this since yesterday after we came back from that vaccine stuff and all of that. and all of that stuff. And my husband was like, really, is it that serious? I said, I thought it would just go, it would pass, but this money now is so, the whole thing is scaring. He cannot walk, he can't calm down, he can't even move the leg and all that. My husband was like, okay, do you want me to call the I don't we call it protocol, so yeah, like kind of the first aid, okay, the ambulance. He said, you want me to go the ambulance to do, they come pick him? I was like, no, 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 I'm still trying to see what I can do. But wow, so I said, then instantly it came to my mind to call a sister and a friend who had two sons as well. So I had, and really she was really of a help. She has been of a help, because maybe because she's already a mother before me. So most things I remember while I was even conceived during the conception of my son, and after I've given birth, and while he was growing, I was doing that first month thing. She was a great source of help. Like, I basically ask her most of the things, and she basically tell me many of them, even without me asking. She would tell me, do this one, do this, do this, do this, do this. No, it's something that she did for me every day. I cannot repay her, but I always ask that God should bless her, because because she tried, you know. So she was always there to always kind of tell me the things I don't know, and the things maybe all, because you can't know everything, eh? So then got to my mind to call her. Then I called her. I said, look, oh, I don't know what is going on. And she screamed. She said, hey, what have you done? Please, please, just bring that child. She said, no, no, okay. Now what else? She said, no, you don't have to do anything. Don't panic. Don't be afraid. Don't worry. You made a mistake. What you were supposed to do was you would have used this thing immediately. um you would have used ice blocks immediately to put where they took the thing, so that it will get done. He said immediately you notice he was crying, you would have done that. He said, it escaped me. I didn't know it was already time for him to take that last one, because that last one is always a very strong, is always very strong. In many a times, that's what has really injured some of the children as well, because maybe some parents are not aware. Say, they were supposed to tell you all these things. Well, how come they didn't tell you? I say they didn't tell me anything. And really, that day they didn't tell me anything. Though the first two, they will always tell me, give him tacaperina if maybe he feels hot and all of that. But that day they didn't even tell me anything. They just told me that everything's fine, it's okay. So my friend, I said, do this. I said, okay. So no, later she said, no, bring, if you can bring him, just bring him, or I'll come over if you can. If it's not a problem, when you give me some time to finish what I'm doing, that I'll come over. I said, no, don't worry, I'll try. We'll come there, at least for him to also come out, So so my son got so we got there. Then she took eyes and she helped me to do it. We did it, and again and again and again and again. Before you know, the thing was going down. Then my son felt a relief, and he could move the leg. I said, God. Then I said, okay, let me watch it. And we watched it for some time. She too, she was so, she felt so bad. She was like, oh, why would children have to undergo this? She said that's why most people don't like taking vaccine. And when she thought of it as well, she doesn't blame them, because imagine that I said I didn't even know what I was, you know. So that was how we did everything throughout that day, little by little, before my son get himself back. Like, I was just like, so this is how, maybe if she was not there, or maybe let's assume I didn't even know, because I didn't actually know what to do. Let's assume, imagine that maybe I didn't call her, or she didn't tell me what to do, or maybe we took her to the hospital. Fine, maybe hospital would have helped, okay. But in many cases, let's be sincere, it has really injured a lot of people, okay. Then that was past. Then I remember when we take one again, this one, when we went to Germany, when myself and my son went to Germany, I think I believe that particular vaccine was just to it kind of, since we are changing, it kind of, it's like for protection for change of environment, okay? Because no matter what, even though it's the same Europe, I don't believe the German environment is the same as the Italian environment. So I believe, that's what I believe, okay? So that's what I believe that vaccine was for. So I took one, my son took, but although when I asked the woman, I said, "What vaccine? Why are we taking this?" She said it's for was it for polio, for measles? I can't remember the precisely the one she was trying to tell me that it was, and I just okay. So we took that vaccine. After the first day, second day, the first day things begin to come out of my body. The second day, the same thing. By the third day, you need to see my face, you need to see my body, like I have these measles. All my body was filled up, my eyes was big, everything was just, I say, God, what is all this? So I remember calling my husband. I was telling him, it's okay, go back to them. I said, yes, I'm going back, but the woman hasn't come around. So later I went to that woman. I told her, I said, look, after the vaccine, look at what. The thing they had any reaction on my son, but he had reaction on me. And the woman was like, oh, it's nothing, it's nothing, it's nothing. I said, it's nothing. This one that me, all my body is crashing me. Look at my everything, just as if I have measles and I don't have measles. So she then she gave me a medicine. She gave me a medicine, she gave me drugs, and said after 3 days, if I've taken it after 3 days, the way she instructed me, and the thing still remained, that I should come back to her. I said okay. So that was how that one. After I took the medicine, of course the medicine worked. After some days, everything was going down, and that was how everything vanished. Then I was like, oh, what kind of vaccine, So my hatred really for vaccine gets increased with all this my two personal experience, two personal experience. In short, I hate it more. I just hate it more. I'm telling you. Well, that's my experience with vaccine. Why initially, even up to now, I don't so believe in this thing called vaccine and what have you. Okay, so but this COVID vaccine, I took it because when they started, like, you cannot go to some places with this green pass, they will need it and all of that stuff, and they are actually insisting on it. You see a lot of people without job because they haven't got vaccinated. It's alarming, okay? So I said okay. So my friend took, and my friend was the one that, like, go and take appointment, because in time to come they will be, you have to pay money, and it won't be so easy to get appointment and all that. She actually encouraged me, and I was telling her, I said, what's your own on about this vaccine? Please, you push. I remember that day she called me. I remember the way I told, she was like, calm down now. Hey, what do we do now? We cannot say we won't do it. She really tried to talk to me, convince me, and she was really good. She was she was like, I understand you, but what are we going to do? If they say we should not bring our children to school now, what will you do? I said, well, God is on the throne. So later I said, okay, let me get an appointment. I think the following day, was it the following day, I took an appointment. My husband helped me to get an appointment online. And that was the beginning of my COVID vaccine. So this video is already too long now. I'm going to start from for the experience of my COVID vaccine with that video. So do wait to also watch that video. Guys, okay. See you in the next video. See you. Okay.